It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Hope you're all ready for this one. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Let's ride, dog.
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And we're off from Levi Stadium. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. And that's good for a gain of 5. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Ayuk put in motion left. On 3rd down, Purdy. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Purdy to throw. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. This is ahead for about 5. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. To throw again, it's Purdy. Kittle brings it in. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Shotgun snap for Purdy. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
First down throw by Purdy. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Cut near the goal line. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Raheem Blackshear now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall. Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he'll go down, we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound a defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, Young. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they face 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Counterplay, Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap now to Young. He's on the move. Pressure comes. He's taken down. The 49ers got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an all-pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the 49ers will go on offense. Purdy throwing here on first. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Purdy setting up that play action. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Purdy on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. They send a tight end in motion. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Oh, it puts them. They connect on the deep shot. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. Velus Jones now on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now for the 2nd time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Here's Young on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it'll be 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. He'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Fred Warner.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Young to throw here on third. Complete beyond the marker. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, it's Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's why you often see some high percentage pass plays on first and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for second and long.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Hubbard again. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought down by Fred Warner. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Another punt brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. The Niners have Ricky Pearsall ready to return. And this is looking fantastic. Wow, bounces just yards shy of the goal line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 4. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
On second down, here's McCaffrey. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. Back-to-back runs, yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Running back sent in motion left. Throwing on 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Panthers get the football back after returning this to the 15-yard line. All right, defense did its job, forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Young working from the gun. Caught near the pylon. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Hubbard has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Returns looking good so far. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Searches from the pocket. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be Panthers football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Young on 1st and 10. Pulled in by Tommy Tremble. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They run again with Hubbard. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jair Brown. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 now. Caught. This is Xavier Leggett. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's a give to Hubbard. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Up the middle, Hubbard. And it'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Time for our second quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points. 3rd down from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Hubbard runs in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers tie things up at 14. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the 49ers on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Back to the air on 2nd, Purdy. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and just 2 to go. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Mitch Wisnowski headed back out as they'll punt it away once more. Raheem Blackshear back deep for the Panthers. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football. They send him left out of the slot. To the air on 1st down. Young has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2 yards on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Young to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Tight end going in motion here. From the 36, he finds Sanders. And he's going to be touchdown. Brock looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Here's Young. Complete to Tremble. And this one does not go far.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Johnny Hecker on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return and gets it back to the 20. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now it's Purdy. Into traffic, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Handoff now from the gun. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now after that big run, looks like he's a little shaken up. Hopefully a big play isn't joined by a big injury. He's getting looked at now. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. They toss right side to McCaffrey. Escapes a defender. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
They'll motion a tight end left. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the gun is Purdy. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Escapes the... And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a second quarter lead. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. His 3rd total score this game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Jones. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Panthers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action now, Young. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Receiver in motion going left. On 2nd and 10, Young connects with Hubbard. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Brought down by Fred Warner.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And the 49ers in a dime set now, 3rd down coming. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. Johnny Hecker, the one to send it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the 49ers will take over deep on their own side. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He completes it in traffic. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
3rd and short, here's Purdy. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And this will come from just inside his end zone. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fielded just beyond his 40. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's a give to Hubbard. They're across the 40. Nice run here. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist and head the other way for a big run.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Sending the tight end in motion left. Young working from the gun. Finds Sanders. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here's Hubbard. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
So often, one of the things you have to teach running backs at the NFL level, you don't always have to hit a home run. Especially in short yardage situations, just go get that single and move the chains.
Hubbard takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back at the 5.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way, is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Shotgun snap now to Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. But when you get an opportunity in the red zone on 3rd down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance, because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal.
Staring at 4th down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. This from 30 yards out. Maher connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Pretty throwing here on 1st. Completed over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Motioning left is their running back. Purdy on 1st down. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 3 now. Purdy setting up that play action. He's on the move. He's on the move. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st down, ball at the 36. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Back to the air on 2nd. Purdy. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers working here. So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap for Purdy. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Running back sent in motion. To throw again, it's Purdy. He's got it to his running back. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
From the red zone now. Has it at the 7. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Purdy. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers grow their lead just before halftime. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers drive their lead to 11. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Blackshear on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panthers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. To the air on 1st down, Young. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now it's Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. This is Hubbard. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Another punt brings Johnny Hecker back to the field. The Niners have Ricky Pearsall ready to return. Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
He's back to throw. Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. As we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Niners got a fine performance in the first half from one of their leaders, Brock Purdy. He was downright amazing with 3 touchdown passes and another one scored on the ground for good measure.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. On the return, here's Jones. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Panthers set to take the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
He finds Sanders. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Charvarius Ward brings him down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. Young to throw here on 3rd. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Carolina in punt formation. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. No return on that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Play action now with Purdy. And this one's up there, but a little too far up there. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. So 2nd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
They kick the running back in motion. Completed here to McCaffrey. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. They get 3 on the run. Put a 1 in front of that now as it brings up 3rd and 13.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Running back sent in motion. 3rd and long, Purdy. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the 1st.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Fourth down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. Moody knocks it through, and that extends their lead to 14.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Blackshear on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Now a run with Hubbard. He breaks a tackle, and he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Hubbard again. And this one doesn't go far. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Young working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
They'll send their tight end right. Shotgun snap now to Young. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
They'll send out the punting unit. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
That throw finds Kittle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun is Purdy. Getting out to his left. He takes it himself, and he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 11, and that's a 49er 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp, because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
2nd and 10 now. He lets a heater go deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Kittle brings it in. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage. The trusty tight end.
2nd and 6 coming up here. On the toss, it's McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
On 3rd down, Purdy. He's got it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Purdy gonna go on 4th. He's on the move. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Connection made to Tremble. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. It's a 3-yard gain, only a yard shy of the marker on 3rd down. They run again with Hubbard. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Young on 1st and 10. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tackle made by Jair Brown. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Young. Gets this to Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. The 49ers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Purdy on 1st down. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. From the gun, McCaffrey. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. That's incomplete left side. This one misses the tight end. So that brings them to third down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
They kick the running back in motion. They'll throw on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. The Carolina offense headed out now. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They bring Thielen in motion right. To the air on 1st down, Young. Ooh, not much time to adjust, but he catches it still off the tip. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that short pass gets tipped, and you then don't have much time to react to the catch. But he brings it in anyway to save the completion.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now Young. Short pass caught by his tight end. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 37. He finds Sanders. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Short pass brought in. This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Young throwing here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, All I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
All right, here we go. Second down. They send the tight end in motion left. Another try following the sack. Tremble with the grab. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. And the 49ers in a nickel set. Third down coming. Here's Young to throw. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Staring at fourth down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll get him back to 11.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The 49ers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First down throw by Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Purdy throwing here on first. Dump off caught by his back. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Running back sent in motion. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
To throw again, it's Purdy. That throw finds Kittle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a 49er first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Has it in close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on. from their passing game.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. The back grabs it. Will take it in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers have likely locked up the win right there. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers push their lead to 18. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Jones. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Shotgun snap now to Young. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. Second and 3 now. Young working from the gun. Legette's got it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Young on first and 10. Into traffic, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Second and 6 coming up here. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Escapes the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Out of the gun, Young. This one's caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Rush coming for Young. He's got it. He has the Carolina touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers make it an 11-point ball game. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. He'll get this to Samuel. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They're set up at the 35 now. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 43. He's on the move. He can run it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. This set of downs starts with an option right. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun is Purdy. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Motion man sent left. To the air on first down, Young. Hubbard hauls it in. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 19. Pass complete to Hubbard. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They kick the running back in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They've got a man in motion. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space, and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Young to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Slot man in motion right. Throwing it again here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Young on the play action. Gets everything he has under this throw. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Pass is caught at the 9. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers now within 1 score in the 4th. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Well, no doubt about it, Brock. That was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown when the downs counted here.
And no doubt about it, Kate, you grew up watching and celebrating Jerry Rice running that exact route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
He was so good at it. Every receiver could do it some of the time, but Jerry and the best of them, they do it all the time, just like that one right there.
He's throwing for it. Oh, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Ooh, I think somebody might be due for a lesson in ball security, partner.
You think so?
just a little bit, because a couple of points potentially that just slipped right out of his arms there.
Coaches never want to see a fumble, but especially when there are 2 points on the line. You get the rock on a 2-point play, it better be locked down tighter than Fort Knox. Nothing should knock it out.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Samuel now to return it. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Their offense ready to take the field now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 3 now. They stick with McCaffrey, and he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
They'll bring out the punter here. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be Panthers football. Running back sent in motion. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 2nd down.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Escapes out to the left. Now he takes it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They're set up at the 35 now. He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. Connects with Hubbard. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Here he is to throw. Escapes the puck, and they got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. Fourth down, that much tougher.
Every sack, every stop has just been like another nail in the coffin. And now, well, now there's only one spot for a nail left. This is their last chance. And that defense, well, they've got this crew on the edge of the cliff. Now can they go finish when it matters the most?
That's cut beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Slot receiver headed left. Setting up to pass. Putting the body on the line for his team. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, first and goal. Back to throw. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it second and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. So the 49ers earn the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.